my cousin get killed, but the way we seen the pictures of the crime scene, the whole passenger side got hit first. I was supposed to be with him that night, but something told me stay home, and that's something I believe was God. Like people need to know that they never too far from God. You know, like the prodigal son story, so to speak. Like the prodigal son was never too far from the father. Like, yeah, he ran off and he got up in the pig slop and, you know, was doing all this other BS he had no business doing. But when he was ready to come back to his father was waiting with open arms.
Yeah. When you operating in your purpose, and man, when you don't do what you're supposed to do, you shine away from your purpose, what God is trying to show you.
Exactly.
We got somebody very, very special in the building, man. Somebody who surpassed 2 million streams, bro. Like, that's crazy, man, to even be in the vicinity of somebody like that. Somebody who you seen jumped off the porch, off the radar radio. And there's somebody out here who pushing God's message through rap, man. Let's give it up for DKGKIE. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, bro?
Appreciate you for having me, man. I'm feeling good.
I hope that introduction was good enough for you.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was more than what I was expecting. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, for spending time with us today, man. Welcome to the show. Oh, yeah. How do you feel after 2 million streams, bro? Like that's not small, bro.
Yeah. Like, so right now, between Apple Music and Spotify, I think I'm at like 35 million.
Oh,
like,
okay.
With
Shout
everything,
out to you then, bro.
Yeah, so I think what you talking about was the Holy Hunt song.
Okay,
That's
Holy Hunt. Yeah, Holy Hunt. Yeah.
So having one song hit 2 million though, I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy because number one, that's a milestone for me. You know what I'm saying? And then two, just thinking like, dang, like people out there playing my music that much. Yeah. To where like growing up, I remember looking at artists that I was looking up to and seeing their numbers and like, bro, thinking like, bro, how can somebody reach over 1 million views or 1 million streams on a song? Like, bro, that's crazy. It seemed like the whole world listening to you when
for sure
something like that happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy for sure.
Just imagine 3 billion people in a room. Like that's man, crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. But before we get into it, man, let's get a little bit into not the personal side, but who you are on the non-serious side. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
What season are you in right now?
That's a great question. Well, I'm finna get married. Well, by the time this come out, I might be married, bro.
Shout out to you, bro.
You know
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Ring season. It's ring season.
I don't be in the vicinity of a lot of married men, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm finna my wedding, man, is next Sunday.
Okay. So, oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you there then.
Yeah, you feel me? So
okay.
Yeah, I'm finna get married. So I ain't gonna hold you. Like right now, the season I'm in, bro, is just like really trying to work on becoming like a family man, like mentally, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to, I'm not the only child, but the way I was raised was dang near like that because my siblings are older. So I'm used to just worrying about me. Like when it come to even finances and stuff, when I was in the street, when I was scamming, selling drugs, doing what I was doing, it's like, only person I got to worry about is me. So if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. If I get a bag, I get a bag. Right. Where it's like, nah, I got somebody else depending on me. Mm-hmm. So the decisions that I make, if I sign with a label, if I want to put out a certain song, seeing the money that it's going to bring in and X, Y, and Z, like everything I do in life now is this going to be okay for my household?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where I'm at. Like music right now, it's dang near on autopilot, man. I got probably 1,000 unreleased songs. So music going to take care of itself right now for me. But right now I'm just focusing on being the best that I could be to make sure that, you know, my fiance, by the time y'all see this, probably my wife, you know, gonna be cool.
Okay.
Real. That's all that matter right now.
Yeah, shout out to you. What's something that people don't know that you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to get too personal, but give us something that people don't know about who you really are.
So, man, I feel like everybody, like, I got this misconception of just because what my image is that like all I listen to, it was funny, we was about to start talking about it before the cameras came on. But I feel like people a lot of times, they feel like all I listen to is like rap music and, you know, stuff like that just because of my sound. But whole time, like in my playlist, bro, like I like rock music, like I like some of everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially like rock music, low key kind of hit. Like they be telling stories for real.
Sure, because you going through stuff now. You really listening to it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like bro, if you listen to Nickelback, it's called Someday. Like it's the one song they got called Someday. where he real life telling a story. And it's like, because when you listen to a lot of rap nowadays, it's like, it don't seem like nobody telling stories no more. Like they just get in the booth. Shoot, I done did it before where I just get in the booth and just say what I think gonna go for TikTok or something. Yeah. But you listen to like some, and I ain't talking about screamo rock, but like soft rock, like Nickelback, Paramore, people like that. You listen to some of that type of music, and they really taking you through a whole story, bro. And it's like, it's refreshing. You know what I'm saying? Like to sit back and actually hear somebody's perspective on something besides just what they think the fans might want to hear. You know?
That's deep though, man. Because a lot of people, well, we're not talking about Metallica though, right?
Yeah, no. Some stuff I ain't touching.
Right.
Like, you feel me?
Right. No, we talk about the storytelling country, right? You know what I'm saying? I get you. I get you. So what else? Some things that you listen to, man. Because people can get the perception that you just listen to all rap. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? I'm a real music head, bro, and I'm a creative at that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the type of person, again, it don't look like it because I look like the average Detroit rapper, but growing up, I even be in school, I'm writing short stories, I'm thinking of different music video concepts, like I'm a real creative. So even when it comes to music, it shows in that. So even, not even just rock music, but even older music like Otis Redding. That's one of my favorite old school artists. You know what I'm saying? Cigarettes and Coffee, one of my favorite songs of all time by him. James Brown, It's a Man's World. Like, again, storytellers. Like, people with real concepts and real feeling behind the music, not just let me get high real quick, go in there and say something that could be played in a strip club. Like, no, they was really putting their hearts and soul on this music. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's like rock music, oldies, whether that's blues, whether it's funk, George Clinton and the Funkadelics.
Right, no, for sure. Them classics though,
you
bro.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
But people ain't, people know that they classics, but they not really listening to them. Like, they not going to study. Like, bro, I went so deep to the point where I'm asking my dad, I'm like 5 years old, I'm in the back seat and I'm asking my dad, I'm like, what sound is that? That this is making? What sound is this? Is that a synthesizer? Is this a, like, what is this? Most people know that it's a classic. When we hear Flashlight, we gonna dance because we know what it is, but people ain't going deeper than Flashlight to actually see, like, bro, these people was making 20-minute songs, gang. Like, you know,
sometimes
what I'm saying?
longer than that though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they was real life making real music, and that I try to incorporate a lot of that into my music now, where you would hear a lot of my music, it's on a Detroit drum pattern, but you hear the melody and stuff behind it. Yeah, we using real music. Like, it's not just a dark Detroit beat with some bells and whistles. Like, no, I'm finding samples that ain't nobody even thinking of and all type of stuff, man. So yeah, bro, I listen to literally everything.
No, for sure. So do you think that that's what differentiates you from other Christian rappers like Lecrae or, you know what I'm saying? I just, heard of a guy's named Alex Jean, I believe. Yeah. I'm like, he's hard. You know what I'm saying? So I got you in rotation. I got him in rotation. So I feel like, do you feel like that keep y'all separate?
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, shout out to all of them too, because they hard in their own, you know, regard. I feel like, number one, the thing that keep me separated from a lot of different Christian rappers is that I'm from Detroit. That's number one. Because we got, don't get it twisted, it is some Detroit Christian rappers, but as far as on that level, like, I'm the only one that's from Detroit that sound like it. Because there's other Christian rappers, I ain't gonna say no names because I don't want to come off like I'm being negative, because I'm not, but it's other Christian rappers that are from Detroit, you would never know. You would never know, because they don't sound like it. They sound like Atlanta or somewhere else. But as for me, I'm embracing it. Yeah. But the reason it was never embraced is because if you think about it, Detroit music didn't start to get popping until 2020 for real, on a broader scale, with Babyface, Ray, Vezo, all them, Rio the Young OG, all them breaking down that window or breaking down that door. So before that, people in Detroit always had this misconception of like, we can't blow up, like we never gonna be the mainstream, so let's go away from this sound and do something else. So that's why you have a lot of Michigan Christian artists that don't sound like Michigan or Detroit, because they went with the thought of this ain't ever gonna go nowhere because ain't nobody else did nothing with it. So I came into the game like on some, I'm gonna just be me. Like, I'm not gonna try to put on a mask or a costume and be somebody that I'm not, because it ain't gonna last. The reason why I made it here after only rapping probably 2.5, almost 3 years, is because, bro, I'm not afraid to be myself. Like, with all the slack that I'm getting, I done had death threats. Like,
really?
Man, what? People,
come on, man. Stop playing, dog.
There's a lot of Christians that hate me,
what?
Man.
Are you serious?
Because it's different.
That's crazy, bro.
No cap. Like, people really, bro, I've gotten threats. Like, for real.
People crazy, dog.
Me.
How you gonna threaten the Christian man?
You feel me?
That's crazy, dog.
I'm telling you, man.
That's so crazy, bro. But I can only imagine, dog. So question real quick. What is the average Detroit rapper like far as appearance?
Yeah. So I mean, shoot, buffs, jewelry, most of the time designer clothes. And why I say that is this: you got okay. So when I was growing up, I was the type that's like, if it ain't designer, it ain't sweet. Which is stupid. Like that's dumb to think that. But again, a lot of times in Detroit, that's how we is. Purple jeans, Mary jeans, Chrome hearts. It used to be True Religions, Robin jeans, whatever it was. Like, if you came to school with a pair of jeans that wasn't one of them, you didn't have no sweet jeans. When in all reality, that's so cap. You could have went to Forever 21 and grabbed some jeans that look better than the Amiris, but because it ain't got Amiri on it, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times that's how a Detroit rapper look is. It's all about brands. It's all about being flashy. Like, from your shoes to your jewelry, we known for certain stuff, which ain't nothing wrong with it at like whatsoever. It's just the only part that I feel like I detached myself from was the brand thing, because I started to realize like I'm looking at the clothes and I'm looking at even the quality and stuff, and I'm like, bruh, even just being smart.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just being smart, knowing I gotta pay bills, I gotta do this, and the third, and I do like to go shopping. Just left the mall before I went to the studio today. Like, and I'm in the mall, even just thinking about it too, like seeing certain clothes in certain stores. Yeah, this might be a $30 shirt, and it look better than a shirt that's 15.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's 1,500. Like,
for sure.
Come on, bro. Like, you just got to be smart. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. That's what a Detroit artist look like. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah.
Nah, but it's easy to get caught up in that too, man. Like you
100%.
said, because of the price, and just because you spend $1,000 on an outfit, don't mean you fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we get it mixed up at. But Detroit have their own thing though, and I think that's why we stand out. Even you as a Christian rapping, I mean a rapper as a Christian artist, man, you still got your own swag and your own thing, and stuff like that, man. So you ended up you said you almost ended up in jail or worse. You know what I'm saying, in one of your other interviews. What pulled you out of that life?
Obviously God, but it was like everything leading up to everything. Like, so growing up, I was a hooper. You feel me? So I'm a star basketball player, ranked in the state. Like every award you could think of, I done got it. So I just knew I was going to the league. So ended up going to college. My grades just wasn't good. So a lot of the scholarship stuff I had, I lost them. So it was a school that took a chance on me. I go to Spring Arbor. Spring Arbor University, it's a Christian school. So I'm like, and my parents just rejoicing. They like, oh, this got to be a sign. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they got me, you know what I'm saying, going there. I'm on a good little scholarship and whatnot. But I just ain't like it, man. I was still wrapped up in everything I was trying to get into, you know. And then too, this is my first time being away from home for this long. So, you know, sure. I'm finna wild out. Like, I don't care if it's a Christian school or not. Like, I'm finna tweak. And that's exactly what I did. So that after that first year, I ended up transferring. The school was too strict for me. I transferred to another school. I ain't even gonna say their name, but went to another university. They was even worse, like for real. Because you ever seen the show Last Chance University or heard of it on YouTube, on Netflix? So pretty much what the concept is you put together a sports team at a college that got just a bunch of hard-headed kids that grades bad, behavioral problems, whatever, but they could hoop. Like, we just gonna put these kids together and just see what happens. Yeah. That's pretty much what it was at my second university. Like, all of us, I can show you our team picture. Like, we all in this mud shirtless, we throwing up certain signs, doing whatever. And the coaches don't even care. Like, this is the school that I'm going to at this point. Right. So I'm doing all this. I'm wilding. Like, I'm getting associated with a group, certain little, I'm gonna just say an organization that's around there. I'm selling drugs now. I'm doing whatever. And I'm enjoying it. If I'm just being honest, like it seemed fun, but part of me kept feeling like it's something more for me out there. Like this gonna end bad one day. And long story short, I end up getting kicked out of school. So my basketball dreams is over with. It's cooked for that. I come back home. I'm working my family business in Indiana. Half my family from out there. My cousin get killed, but the way we seen the pictures of the crime scene, the whole passenger side got hit first. I was supposed to be with him that night. But something told me stay home. And that's something I believe was God, like nudging me to stay at the hotel that night. My cousin wouldn't listen to me. He wanted to go out. He gets killed. That was the first time. The day of his funeral, me and my cousins, my sister, we all go out to a club. I'm like 18 at the time. I ain't even supposed to be there. I paid the bouncer an extra dub, getting in, whatever. So I'm already breaking the law. Bunch of other stuff transpired. We get into a little scuffle. Cops get involved. We try to run out on the bill. Like, we probably did 3-4 stupid things in one night and got caught for them, and everything got pinned on me. So I was supposed to catch like 4 charges that night. Cop looked dead at me like, while I'm on, like, sitting on the curb in handcuffs, and he look at me like, man, you ain't supposed to be here. Like, randomly. Like, he looking at my ID, looking at me. And he's like, bro, I don't even want to take you in. I'm going to let you go. I don't feel like filling out paperwork, nothing. But if I see you around here again, I'm going to lock you up, no question. I'm slapping everything back on you. But he let me go. And from that moment, me and my mama had a talk. And she just like, Kai, like, this your wake-up call. Like, God didn't snatch you out of, you didn't cheated death, and you didn't cheated prison. This next time, it ain't gonna be no, sure. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cooked. So after that, it was kind of like a wake-up call for me where it's like, man, I gotta do something different. And I just told God, I'm like, man, I will do whatever it is you ask me to do, as long as I can do it, not my way, but I can still represent where I'm from and just be authentic to who I am. You feel me? And I feel like we sitting in that right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's powerful, bro, for you to even endure that.
Yeah.
And then have the wisdom and knowledge and the discernment to even hear God talk to you. Because a lot of times we go through things and we be like, whatever. And he keep showing us like, all right, bro, like, this your second, you know what I'm saying? And we be so, I ain't gonna say we be dumb, but like we be so in tune with what's not right, bro. And he trying to show us what's right. You get what I'm saying? So did that start the demon killer gang, or is that like the process of like how you started rap? You know what I'm saying?
That's just the process. So how DKG started was I started after the story that I just told you. After all that stuff happened, I came to God and wanted a deeper relationship and stuff like that. The church that I belonged to at the time, I grew up at that church, so they was kind of following my story anyway. Like they knew when I was doing bad, they knew when I was doing good. So they saw I was coming back to God. I'm in church more, so they asked me to step on as a youth leader. And after that, it turned into me being a youth pastor. And I did that for about a year and a half, 2 years. But I just kept feeling like it was more for me to do. And music kind of sprouted out of that, just kind of on mistake. Like I just made a mistake, start rapping, and just ended up being good. And from there, it's another rapper, this other artist, should I say, that reached out to me. And he a major Christian artist, whatever, but he reached out to me early in my career and was like, bro, you got potential. Like, I never heard this sound that you doing right now. Like, I've only heard this in the world. I never heard it in the Christian space, and you got potential. I want to fly you out. Let's have a talk about the business side of things. So he had flew me out. I go out there to Nashville. We get to talking, and he like, bro, you need something in front of your name that separates you. Like, it can't just be Kai, because I was going by just Kai at the time. So he like, bro, you need something. He's like, bro, you keep mentioning like killing demons and, you know, stuff in your songs. Like, that's a very prevalent topic. What about something with that? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I said Demon Killer Kai. So it would have been DKGKIE. So we actually wrote it out. And I'm like, nah, that don't look good. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to add gang to it. So he like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. Because in my head, I'm thinking too, like, even how I grew up, the whole gang life experience was attractive to us growing up because we wanted to be a part of something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be a part of a family, of a group, of an organization, of somebody who you feel like gonna have your back. So in my head, I'm like, bro, if it's anybody out there who grew up like me, I could show them how to do this whole gang thing the right way, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? That's how it came about.
Okay. Wow, man. You got some crazy stories, man. So during your spiritual walk with the music, do you get a lot of pushback from that, from your name? Yeah. Like in churches and things of that sort?
Every day. Like, people will tell you, man, like, matter of fact, people won't probably admit this, but it's the truth. Like, statistics and everything back it up. I'm one of the biggest artists in this space, especially, what's the word I'm looking for? As far as impact wise too, definitely. Like, I hate to even say it like this, but people just don't really give me my credit. So sometimes I gotta, you know, but
for sure.
If we go back and we actually look at this, I want to say I'm the first Christian artist to really make the girl songs popular. That's number one. With
for sure.
What She Wants, songs like that, She Blessed. So that was another impact to where now I'm seeing other artists do it now. Same thing with the whole killing demons thing. People wasn't really doing that before. They might mention, you know, demons here and there, but people didn't take it to the level that I did. Yeah, so
you open it up for them.
Exactly. Yeah. So we really like trailblazed a lot of different avenues. But I say that to say this: I'm one of the biggest artists in the space and most impactful. But it's a reason why these bigger churches and these bigger festivals don't want to touch me, you know, and like they don't want to work with me. And it's again because of the controversial fact of everything. Like Christians got a bad thing of like when something is new, just because it's new and they've never seen it before, they demonize it. Right, so even if you look in the Bible, and I'm not comparing myself to Jesus whatsoever, but if you look in the Bible, the Pharisees was the pastors back then. They was the religious law, like the people of religious law. They had scriptures literally on their clothing. Like they was that religious. When Jesus came, they thought Jesus was dang near the Antichrist just because he was preaching to them in a way that they had never heard it. He was using parables. Nobody had preached in parables before. So because they didn't understand it, they thought it wasn't godly. Whole time you looking at God himself in front of you and you can't even acknowledge it or see it because it's being presented to you in a way that you've never seen it. Right. So now, just bringing it back to my life, this has never been done in our space. Like, especially the way and just how open I am about stuff with the tattoos, the jewelry, and the killing demons and, you know, doing whatever else. People ain't really seen it. So it took a lot of people a while to even accept, like, oh, maybe this is Christian. And some people still don't want to believe it. I got other artists that's then went on Instagram and social media, like, calling me out.
Not like, Christian beef.
Man, you hear me? I done had some
Christian beef.
Listen, bro, like, I done had some real times, bro. Like, I done had some real moments where a lot of these dudes, and I just hate to say it, but a lot of these Christian rappers don't come from that type of background of, like, we know what real beef is. For sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know the difference. Man. You feel me? Like, we didn't seen some real, we know what's really going on, but a lot of these dudes don't come from that lifestyle. They come from a lifestyle of, you know, maybe being homeschooled or just not being around certain stuff. So they think it's okay. And they think because we Christian, it can't go there. And it's like, hey, bro, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't really know me for real. You feel me? And like,
hey, man.
Yeah, I don't like that. Cause like I told somebody the other day, I'm like, bro, don't mess with my money. Like, cause at this point,
yeah. That's a written rule though.
It should be, but it's not.
Yeah.
It should be. Nah, like I didn't had to tell people before, like, listen, yes, I love Jesus, bro. Like I'm a very Christian man. But at the same time, you feel me? You playing with my career, which equals now you playing with I'm a full-time artist, man. I ain't got a job. Right. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm about to get married. We're gonna have kids eventually. I'm paying bills and providing a lifestyle for me and my wife. And you sitting here playing? Cause you think that what I'm doing ain't right because it ain't looking like how you doing it. Mm-hmm. Bro, stop playing with me, dog. Sure. They want to see me in person. Oh, what up, DKG? Nah, bro, we not doing that.
The same energy for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, bro, it get crazy in this space. I ain't gonna lie, for sure.
So how do you like keep up with the trends and stuff like that? Because I know a lot of when you talk about like God a lot on social media, you don't tend to get as many views, comments, shares. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking about something negative. Mm-hmm. So what keeps you going, pushing the message? I feel like that's the real message.
Yeah, 100%. I just feel like me personally, like, I feel like I can't stop doing what I'm doing because I know it's real. Like that's my thing. Like if I never, I'm keeping a buck with you. If I never truly experienced God for myself, I probably wouldn't have kept doing this because first of all, it's too much work. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Being in my place, I shoot my own videos, my own content. Yeah. I write my own music. Like, I'm do everything that y'all see that goes into this, I do it myself besides making beats. Yeah. So it's like, bro, it's too much work and it's too strange. Then too, I'm getting death threats and this person trying to beef with me and this and the third. Like, I can go be a normal person. Like, even to the point where, like, just last night we hooping, me and my cousin, we hooping, we at the gym and doing whatever. I'm leaving out, we just having a good time. Somebody run up, man, you look familiar. Ain't you such a, I don't like that sometimes.
You don't like it, bro?
Cause it's like, my thing is this, again, where we come from. How many of us, all right, if I'm, just imagine this. I was in the mall a couple months ago. And I'm seeing like a couple people come up to me like, let's take a picture. Cool. Y'all two people know me. But how many of these other people in here might know who I am? They just not saying nothing. Yeah. I don't like that. Because it's like, where else you know me from? You know what I'm saying? Or you could be looking at me like I'm a lick. Because I go places by myself sometimes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm by myself. My manager ain't here. My cousin, like nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all of that goes into it. It's like, bro, if I didn't know God was real, I would not be doing this. Like, that's what keeps me going is the fact that I know for a fact God is real, what he did for me is real, and what he can do for other people is real. And some people gonna have to see somebody like me to even believe God can really do it.
Yeah.
Just from even hearing my story, because they might have the same story, or they may look or talk how I talk. When a lot of times you see a preacher, he in a 3-piece suit. And he probably over 40, 45, 50. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But young people, bro, these YNs ain't looking at nobody that's 50 years old talking about I want to be like him. That ain't happening. It's just not.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me keep going of like, okay, cool. Even if I wake up tomorrow, I wake up all the time sometimes and be like, man, you know what? I'm tired of rapping. I'm tired of getting slandered. I'm tired of waking up to 100 negative comments all the time. But it ain't about me.
Yeah.
It's about them 2 million people that I reached from that song. Whoever I'm reaching, that's what it's about.
Yeah, a lot of people get caught up in the negative of the success. You know what I'm saying? But you looking at the bigger picture though.
Exactly.
And especially putting God in it as well, because a lot of people don't want to accept that fact. Like it's for God. It's not for me. I'm down here doing the content myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a bigger purpose. You get what I'm saying?
That's it.
And I heard Pastor Keon, shout out to Pastor Keon Henderson, man. He said when you operating in your purpose, and man, when you don't do what you're supposed to do, you shine away from your purpose, what God is trying to show you.
Exactly.
And that was so deep to me. Even from being around the wrong type of people can shy you away from your purpose.
100%.
And I was like, wow, man, you don't really dissect that stuff until you finally realize what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So give me one thing that you knew, other than the story that you just told me, that you knew that God changed you for a reason.
When I started youth pastoring, I started seeing kids like, I'm talking about like, it's like 10, 11, 12-year-olds talking about they gangbanging. Like they come to me with certain questions and they telling me, oh, I don't want to talk to Pastor so-and-so about this. I don't think I can even trust him with this information. I want to talk to you. Like, can we go talk? I need answers with this. And they being honest too. Yeah. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's rare, because I remember being that age where I wasn't talking to anybody that was considered an adult. I'm not telling y'all nothing. Like, at all. You feel me? Like at all. But I had a little office back then, and the kids would just come back to my office and just kick it and just be like, bruh, this one, like to the point where sometimes they got too comfortable. Like, I'm like, yo, hey, I don't want to know that. Like, you feel me? Not you incriminating me. Like, hold on. Yeah. Right. But no, like I just noticed that they was being honest, man. They trusted me. And I'm looking at what the questions that they asking me and the stuff that they dealing with. I'm like, dang, God, this is why you allowed me to deal with this specific thing or that specific thing, because it's like this. Like, what's something that I ain't really dealt with for real? Like, okay, cool. And no slight to this community, but it's like if somebody come to me and they ask me about like a homosexual lifestyle or something like that, I can't really help them with that. Yeah. Because that's not necessarily something that I struggle with. Yeah. Now I can point you to somebody who, if you got questions, can answer those type of questions. But it's like if I didn't go through it, I'm not finna sit here. I'm not that type of guy that's about to sit here and just act like I got all the answers. Yeah. Because I don't want to lead you down the wrong way. So for me, like, I understood when I'm seeing the people that God is sending to me, it seemed like all of them came up similar to the way that I did, or they dealing with the same stuff that I dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So that was all I needed to see was like, okay, I get why God took me through these situations now. You know what I'm saying? So. Okay.
Yeah, so one thing that you touched on was dealing with the YNs, man. Yeah. And that's so big of a thing inside of our culture today, man. And y'all got to really understand why YNs doing what they doing. I'm not giving y'all a reason to why, but just think about if we grew up in a social media age when we were younger, bro. Yep. We got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. All day we just doom scrolling, bro. Yeah. And they seeing stuff at an alarming rate, bro. Things that's tempting even when we're older. You get what I'm saying? Now, this not a reason so y'all can crash out. I'm not telling y'all this. But my thing is, do you feel like the YN culture is missing God?
Yeah, 100%. And it's because of the music. Like, the YN culture became a thing because of rap music. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because of, and I ain't gonna say no names, but it's because of the drill artist that's out right now.
Yeah,
like,
we know who it is.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, and shoot, it's some people even in the city, so I ain't gonna act like it ain't just, you know, whatever. But no, it's because of the music, and that music does not glorify God. Like, because I'm telling you right now, like, prime example, T Grizzly, he just dropped the album. And one of the songs, and I forgot the name of the song, but he was talking about God throughout the whole song, right? And he posted a snippet on Instagram, and I'm seeing the comments. All of a sudden, everybody in the comments, super Christian. Oh man, we love this, bro. We need this. We da-da-da-da, which they not lying.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine if all these street, and I'm doing this for a reason, if all these street rappers, right. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if all these street rappers did what T did with that song, but made an album like that. The YNs is gonna listen to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we all gonna listen to it. We gonna tap in to see what's going on. Like even when, I hate to even bring Dog up because he crashing out, but when Kanye first went Christian, like we ain't talking about Dog now. Right. I don't know what he got going on. We ain't standing by
not
that.
This Kanye,
not this. Yeah, I don't know him. But when Dog first started doing the Christian thing, man, I saw so many people like, man, you know, maybe this God thing, maybe I can get with this God thing. Cause music ministered to you, bro. Like,
it do.
It literally can shape and does shape who we are as people. Like, that's just what it is, and who we are as a generation. So if you look at every single generation, you can always look at the music and be like, oh, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why. You look at the 70s, the disco generation. Look at the music they was playing. Look at the artists. They was just mimicking, my pops and them was mimicking the disco artists that they saw. Then you look at NWA, that era. You look at all the YNs from that era, everybody had Jerry curls, Raider hats.
There was the older YNs,
yeah,
for sure.
Cause this ain't nothing new.
That's
like,
crazy.
I can't stand when people be trying to act like this a new thing, bro. This ain't new. We just taking it to another level with the music and snitching on ourselves and all that, but it's the same thing. So you look at every generation, bro, it's the music, especially rap music, that's really like, didn't really molded this generation. And that's why I feel like God done sent me here, because I can be a voice to the YNs and be a bridge to the YNs in the church to show them like, hey, bro, like, I know you may look at church like, oh, these people judging me and da-da-da. I'm not. Mm-hmm. Like, we could have a real sit-down conversation, bro. And I can show y'all how to do this the right way. You want to get some money? I can show you how to get some money the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's how you got to come to them, though. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Now, one of your interviews, man, you talked about fasting, right?
Yeah.
And fasting is such a deep thing, but it's hard to do, right? How do you know when it's your time to fast? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's such an amazing thing. But like in the book of Matthew, it talks about don't tell people why you fasting. You get what I'm saying? Like, just fast for God, like do it in the closet. You get what I'm saying? But we so quick to tell people why we fasting, how long, when we getting through. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the importance on fasting, and then how did it change your life?
The Bible talk about like only certain things you can get rid of through the power of prayer and fasting, right? So it's like when I first came to God, it was certain things that like certain stuff just fell off almost overnight, like, which was crazy. That's how I knew it was a real God transformation, because certain stuff I was doing and certain things that I wanted to do just kind of went away overnight. But it was certain stuff that just kind of like that, I call it residue. Like, it was certain sin residue that was still kind of sticking with me. So I'm still having thoughts about this thing. I'm still having flashbacks about this. I still want to do this. And I'm like, you know, I feel like God was urging me to fast, because when you fast, bro, that's the most intimate time I feel like you can have with God, because especially if you do it the way that I was doing at the time, like the way I was doing it, I wasn't just not eating and then going out and then just doing my daily life, whatever. No, I was literally like, I'll rent out a hotel, and just like a hotel room, stay by myself, no music, no nothing. I had my phone in there strictly for emergencies, but that was it. Like, no music, no TVs. I'm not watching sermons. I don't want to hear nobody talk. I don't want to hear nobody voice but God. And that was how I even got closer to hearing God's voice, is because now I'm dang near practicing. I'm in here trying to listen for God, and there's nothing else in here to distract me. So with that, it helped strip off a lot of stuff out of me, especially when I realized too that fasting ain't for God. You're not doing that necessarily for God. God don't need you to fast. God gonna be God and all powerful, whatever. God don't, like, people act like when you fast, God gets stronger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how they go. Yeah, it ain't about that. It's about making you stronger. It's about you proving to yourself and you proving to your flesh that, yeah, I can push my plate back for a certain amount of time. So if I can push my plate back, or if I can push social media back, or I can push this phone back, this music, whatever, then I can push back other fleshly desires. You know what I'm saying? And once you show yourself and you prove yourself that, it's just like this. I'm in the gym a lot now. So the other day I ran, like first time running a mile straight through without stopping, and I don't know how long, like years. So once I get that done, it showed me like, oh, I did that easy. That's nothing. If I could do that, then I could do this. If I could do that, I could do this. And it's the same thing with fasting. If I done did 48 hours no food, and I know my body needs food every single day, and this ain't something I like to do, oh, I know for a fact I could tell my body to stop cussing. Yeah. I could tell my body to stop drinking, to stop smoking, to stop having sex out of wedlock, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's extremely important, for real.
Yeah, man, I love fasting, man. And I just wanted to get your perspective on it, because I think that that's really important. And a lot of people miss that factor on your life. Like, you don't know what you can get from fasting.
Facts.
Now, a lot of people just think like, shoot, I got to fast for 12 days, no food. Like it ain't really, it's deeper than that, man, for real. So as a man, what's been one of the hardest battles while walking with God?
You already know what I'm finna say.
I want you to I want you to get it.
No, you feel me? But no, that's the way to say it, though.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the way to say it. It's the truth, though. I ain't about to sit here and cap, bro. Like, you know, because you gotta understand too. Well, people gotta understand. I came from a lifestyle of, I'm a star basketball player, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, when it came to that certain department, it was never really a problem. It was just like, you know, it was something that was thrown at athletes at that time. You know, well, not at that time, just period.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just thrown at an athlete, especially if you got a promising future in it. So that was something that I was struggling with. And then coming to God, especially as a man, your desires don't go nowhere. Like that's just what it is. You're gonna continue to desire. Like, prime example, I stopped smoking when I came to God, but the desire from time to time, if I seen somebody smoking or I walk past and I smelled some weed, I'm like, dang, that kind of smell good. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? The desire don't go nowhere. So it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm in God now and I ain't doing it. But if I'm watching TV and I'm watching Power or whatever else it is, and I'm watching a sex scene, that desire gonna come back. Like, it's certain, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm listening to certain music and stuff like that. So I had to teach myself even too how to get away from certain stuff. Like, even to this day, and I'm a grown man, I'm 26, my girl will tell you, I'll fast forward through a sex scene just because I don't even like, I might get a bad thought just off of that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever else. Same thing with social media. I don't even have my notifications on. I don't check social media no more because it's too much, bro. It's porn.
Yeah.
Like, it's lit. I don't even know if we could say that on YouTube.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's or what they be saying on TikTok, it's corn.
Corn,
like,
corn.
It's a lot of corn, man. But no, it is. It's a lot of stuff. So, you know, even with me and my girl, like, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind us sharing this, but like me and my girl, we was celibate our whole entire relationship. Like, whole entire time, did not have sex whatsoever. Man, you know how hard that is. Like,
yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and she,
right there,
you feel me? She looking good.
Right.
You feel me? Like, all type of junk. Said just being cute for no reason. Like, everything look
For
good.
sure.
Nah, like, you cooking and I'm feeling some type of, like, bro, nah. So yeah, it was tough, but I feel like too, people think that's corny, like you being celibate and whatever else, but I can say this though. I feel like because of that, bro, God been blessing us in a different type of way, bro. Like, I'm talking about, matter of fact, let me just give a quick testimony real quick.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro.
You feel me? Like, so mind you, I told her, I was, baby, please don't get mad at me for saying this, but she wanted a wedding. I didn't. Like, I did not want a wedding. I wanted to go to the courthouse.
Get it over with.
Get it over with. You feel me? Like, let's put this money.
I'm there too. You know,
You feel me? Like, bro, put this money into a house or something.
The wedding really for the women, but that's another story though.
You know,
That's another story.
we're gonna talk off camera. But no, it's like I couldn't wrap my head around it. I'm like, bro, like, not only do I feel like it's for the women, I feel like also too, why am I spending all this hard-earned money on other people for one day? Like, this ain't even for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we could take this money, the same amount of money, and put it towards a crib or just savings, whatever else. But anyway, she never asked me for nothing, like, ever. So she wanted a wedding. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'll do it. And you know, we going from there. So I say that to say this though. At the beginning of the process, I'm looking at how much everything costs, venue, how many thousand, the catering, how many thousand. This, I'm talking about, bro, crazy. Like,
Don't tell me that, man.
no, listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Hey, baby, if you listening, man, here.
Hey, I'm gonna throw the actual figure out there, bro. Like, I'm talking about the venue alone was over $5,000.
Okay.
The catering, over 3,000. That's just two things. That's the venue and that's the catering. We ain't talking about decorations. We ain't talking about dresses. We ain't talking about suits. We ain't talking, come on, bro. We ain't talking about none of that. So look, the whole time I'm adding everything up. And mind you, I make some really good music from, really good money from music. But I'm telling God, I'm like, God, I don't want to have to dig into my streaming money because that's my bill money and my lifestyle money. I don't want to dip into this bag to have to pay for this wedding. I just don't. Man, when I tell you, God opened up so many doors, bro, to where I'm talking about, it's companies sending me money that have owed me money for the last 2 years, 3 years that I've been rapping, and they just not giving it to me. And I'm talking about lump sums of thousands of dollars. That's all I'm not even, bro, as soon as I'm getting the bag, I'm sending it straight to my girl to pay for everything for the wedding. So I'm not even, we have successfully paid for this wedding and we haven't even felt it. Like we haven't felt it financially at all because God has sent as soon as I found out how much the venue was, the first thing I paid for was the venue. As soon as we found out it was over 5 bands, whatever, a show called me in Flint and said, hey, we want to have you perform in front of 5,000 people and we're going to pay you X amount of dollars. It was the exact amount that the venue was. I'm like, oh, this girl got to be sent from heaven.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like God looking up.
For sure.
So that's why bringing it back to the original question, I feel like us honoring God in our relationship, and trust me, we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Things we mess up and whatever, but one area that we stayed cool in was that area, and I do feel like that was a major reason and is a major reason of why God is blessing us. Like just closed on a townhome, beautiful townhome in the burbs, like hold on, everything about this relationship is, I'm talking about top tier. God, you could tell God's hand is on it, and I know for a fact it's because we have been doing our best to honor Him in it.
You talk a lot about the Proverbs 31 woman.
Yeah.
And would you say that, I ain't gonna say, I'm saying, like, would you say that when your wife came about, you was like, oh, this what a real Proverbs 31 woman is?
100%.
What made you say, okay, this is exactly what he said in the Bible?
Yeah. For me, it was more so like, I looked at how my mama was, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my mama wasn't perfect, don't get it twisted, but at the same time, she was somebody who literally, like, I got Proverbs 31 and 28 tatted on me with her initials because she was the example of a Proverbs 30 woman for me. Like, the way she took care of her children, but not just her children, she put her husband first. And we respected that. Yeah. Like, yeah, we your kids and you love us and you would take a bullet for us, but nah, that's your husband though. Like, take care, and she did. She made sure he was cool. Then she made sure we was cool. But outside of that, the spiritual side of things, like she wasn't just one of them mamas that was just gonna sit back and just let whatever happen. Like, nah, she was really. I'm talking about still to this day, man. Like she can be my eyes and ears at times for in the spiritual side of things. Like she has come to me before and told me, I see God about to do such and such and such and such. Watch out for such and such and such and such. She told me about one of my old homeboys I used to kick it with, and I never saw it. Like, I always thought this dude was going to be loyal, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like this. Like, looking at him like a brother. She telling me the whole time, buddy fake. Like, he going to stab you in your back. Watch. Like, dude, I don't like him, and I don't even know why, but I'm telling you, I see it on him. Like, da-da-da. And the whole time, I'm like, man, she capped. 2 weeks later, buddy did some, I'm talking about like to the point where I want to put my hands on him. And this ain't her only time doing this. This is all the time. So she showed me a great example of a wife, a mother, and most importantly, somebody who is tapped in spiritually, like, and not letting, and first of all, keeping God first, her husband, then her kids. Right. And excuse me, I feel like when I met my wife, it was really the same thing, man. Like she one of them girls that she could be stubborn, but in a good way of like, I knew I had to come to her correct. Yeah, for sure. She never had to come to me and say, change this about you, change this about, I just did it. Like, cause I knew I couldn't keep playing with her like I played with these other girls. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You knew
like,
the difference,
Yeah, like it was like, all right, bet. Like certain things I'm just not gonna do. Like, prime example, I was so used to just going out. Like I'll go out with my homeboys. I don't even tell whoever I was with. I don't even check in. It's, hey, I'll see when I see you. You feel me? All that. I'm with her. She ain't even have to get on my head. As soon as hey, hold on, y'all. Hey, shorty, matter of fact, hey,
for sure.
You feel me? Like, no, bro, I knew she wasn't playing. And when it came to spiritual things, when it came to natural things, even with our difference in finances, I'm the spender. If I'm just being honest, I never had a lot of money growing up. You feel me? Like, I grew up in a nice home and stuff. Don't get it twisted, but that wasn't my money. You feel me? So I never had no big bags. I'm making rapper money now. So yeah, let's go get this jewelry. Let's go get this, and third. She looking like, do we need this right now? Like, do you have to get another chain? Do you have to get, you know what I'm saying? So in every aspect of my life, bro, she's helped me. So that was a perfect example of like, okay, this is what Proverbs 31 was talking about. You feel me? So
shout out to her, man.
Man, shout out to my baby, bro, for sure.
For sure. And I told my girl, man, if this don't work, because she is a Proverbs 31 woman too. And shout out to you, baby. Glow Beauty Bar. If you haven't yet, go follow them. I don't even want another relationship. If it's not a Proverbs 31, I'm straight, because now I see the good what God can do when y'all. And he said when two join together, oh man, I see it. I only want a Proverbs 31 woman. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't even think that this was possible.
No, facts.
Because we so used to dealing with the other, you know what I'm saying? don't get it twisted, y'all.
It be like that though.
But it's like spiritually, financially, mentally, physically, like we on the same page. And when they talk about being equally yoked,
that's what it's about.
I understand it. You get what I'm saying? She pushed me, I push her. We in the gym together.
All that.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man.
I think too, another way to be able to tell if you with the right person is the Bible talk about sowing in the good ground, and like what you sow you gonna reap, right? So it's like if you got let's say you got a garden outside, but you didn't know, but you had poison in this garden, right? Every time you put a seed out there, it's never gonna grow. Because you got poison in the garden. It's not good ground. So I didn't had relationships and people I was messing with before that I've tried to do things for, and I didn't see a return. And it wasn't like I was doing it to get a return, but I'm doing things and I'm knowing like maybe this ain't good ground, because I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, trying to help out and just be there for a person.
Just being you though.
Yeah, just being me. Just making sure that somebody is good. And I'm noticing it's like this don't seem like it's good ground. Like it seemed like it's draining me.
It ain't hard to figure out though.
Yeah, it's not. But then I get with my girl, I get with my wife, and then I'm
totally different.
Like literally the other day, man, I paid for something. I forgot what it was, but it was something that that she had going on, and she didn't even need me to pay for it. But I'm like, look, I'm gonna take care of this. We about to get married in 2 weeks. Like, I don't need you stressing over this. I'm about to just go ahead and take care of it. Decent little bill, whatever. Paid for it. I'm talking about the next day, a show sent me double what I gave her.
Look at God.
Like this is how it's continued to be. Even with the wedding, I've gotten paid every dime that I spent out for this wedding. I got paid back and then some by different companies, shows, all type of stuff. So it's like, every time I do, like, it's to the point where now I just wake up like, what can I do for her? Like
she attached to a blessing.
I swear. Like, look, I need some more money. What am I? Can I feel your take up to that? I'm telling you, bro. But no, that's another reason of how you know. Like when you're doing something for somebody, obviously you don't do it for that. But when you're doing something for somebody, not even just in a romantic relationship, you know if it's good ground. Period. If you're trying to help out your homeboys, and it's the same thing. It seemed like every time you try to help this dude out, something negative happen all the time. Like every time, bro. Yeah, you got some. Maybe God. Matter of fact, God sometimes is whooping somebody, and we trying to get in the way of the whooping.
Hey man, you better stop preaching, man.
I'm you better stop preaching, bro. God can be whooping one of your homeboys, gang. Because we ain't even got to talk about the relationship, the romantic relationship. Let's talk about the friendships. God could be whooping your homeboy, your homegirl. And you trying to step in, let me get him $50, let me get him $100. And now you stepping in, now you are accessible to the butt whooping too. Because you trying to step in and be God. God is trying to show them and teach them a lesson, but you're enabling them now. So that's why you gotta first of all pray about what you're doing, but also to notice, okay, every time I get this person something, it seems like something bad happened to me. And again, it's because now God is trying to show this. I know people personally. I've been cool with people like this personally who I can see looking back on it now. God was whooping them. And I'm trying to get in the middle. Let me send this person $100. Let me do da. No, God wants them to stay in this position for a minute to teach them something. If I keep providing for these people and playing God, they never going to learn their lesson. So let God teach them that lesson. For real. Like, bro, I ain't about to get whooped for somebody else. No, I'm not doing it.
How do you know when God is whooping somebody else? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Wait, was that it? What you were saying?
So I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Okay. So the reason I'm smiling is because I was literally just talking to somebody about this the other day. It's somebody I know personally who I can tell God is like, for whatever reason, God kind of punished him a little bit. Nah, it's like this too. The Bible says you could tell a tree by the fruit that it bear.
Yeah.
So it's like if I go outside right now and I see a tree in your front yard or anybody's front yard and it's apples on it, I'm gonna tell you, yo, this is an apple tree you got. Yeah. Same thing if it's an orange and whatever else. So when you look at somebody's life and you see it's like, ain't nothing ever happening good for them. Like I know somebody, I'm telling you, bro, I wish I could go into detail, but they gonna know I'm talking about them. But I know somebody personally that like whenever they try to do something, whether it's financially, like no matter what it's about, it never works out. Like ever, like everything always is just, and it ain't like the devil just bothering them so much because the devil don't even have that much power. That's another conversation we can get into later. Yeah. But everything you do, even when you doing stuff for God, it seems like stuff ain't panning out. And you can look at that tree and can tell that it's bare. It ain't bearing no fruit. You ain't got no fruit on your tree. Whereas you look at, and it ain't just because I'm just so special or nothing, but if you look at my life right now in this season, somebody can look at me and can tell like, okay, he ain't perfect, but God's signature is on him. For sure. Because everything that he's putting his hands to right now is working. And it's no slight to nobody who's in a different situation, because I've been in seasons where everything that I try to do was not working. But it was because, again, God will allow certain things to happen to you or not happen to you so that you can rush back to him. Mm-hmm. Period, point blank. God will let everything in a person's life just go to hell, so to speak. That way you have no other way to turn but to him. And that's me personally, that's how I can tell, is if I look at your life and you don't have no fruit whatsoever.
So do you minister to that person?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And let them know, like, you just got to stick in. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like Job, like he was like, come on, God, like what is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like God, like just give me a second. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So do you speak to them people, and how can you give me just a few tips and some pointers on how you can transition from the world to being saved?
For sure. So it's like, well, hold on, wait, ask that one more time. So the pointers on. Yeah, ask that one more time.
So just give me some pointers on how you can transition from the world, from being worldly, to being saved.
So I would say you gotta take it like day by day. Like that's just what it is. It's just like people, thank God I was never a part of like an AA situation or something like that, but I've always heard about them where, people always tell people who are dealing with addiction, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow and just everything gonna be gone. Yeah. Like you're gonna have withdrawals, you feel me? You're gonna deal with certain things. Shoot, I did when I stopped smoking and doing little things like that. I had a very bad nicotine addiction and everything, like, and dealt with very real withdrawals, like handshake. Like I'm talking about, I look like Jamie Foxx in that movie Ray. Like I'm in the bed like this. Man, what? I'm telling you, but like, it's the same thing with God. Like when you stop doing certain things, again, it's like you can't beat yourself up if you mess up. Yeah. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Because every day ain't gonna be, oh, I'm just living with God. Nah, everything is great. No, things happen. Like when I came to God, them first couple weeks was beautiful. It was like, bet, this feels great. I ain't gotta look over my shoulder no more. I'm chilling with God. I'm praying. I'm fasting, whatever. And as soon as a situation happened that trigger you, something may happen where I might have got depressed. And then what I knew in the world was, when you get depressed, grab a blunt. You know what I'm saying? When you get depressed, grab a bottle. When you get depressed, go hook up with somebody or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just using this stuff for example. So you can't beat yourself up. It's a difference between conviction and condemnation. Conviction is when you do something that's wrong and you think about it and you know it's wrong. And that's the Holy Spirit trying to tell you, like, hey, let's get this back together. Okay. Condemnation is similar, but it's nowhere near the same, because condemnation is a trick from the enemy to say, let's say I had a problem with smoking weed and I've been 2 weeks clean smoking weed. Then I hit the blunt one more time because my homeboys was around and whatever, and I messed up. Conviction says, hey, Kai, don't touch that blunt no more. Like, maybe not hang with them people no more. Condemnation says, dang, you hit the blunt one more time, you might as well not even wake up tomorrow and pray, because God don't want to hear from you. You promised God that you was done. So, and obviously you're not done. So matter of fact, if we being honest, you might as well just hit the blunt again. You already here. Like, this is what condemnation do. And it starts a snowball effect. So a lot of people who coming out the world and getting God, they fall back into the world because they dealing with condemnation, where it's just the enemy trying to tell you you're not good enough. When the whole time the Bible tells us that he died on the cross for all of our sins, not just the time that we messed up the first time. Like, no, every single time that you sinned, he died over 2,000 years ago for that already. So there's no point in staying in that sin. You don't have to stay in that sin no more. He gave you the freedom to mess up, not on purpose, not knowingly mess up, but he gave you the freedom to mess up, because all sin means is to miss the mark. That's all that is. It's just missing a basketball shot. I'm hooping yesterday, take a jump shot, I missed it, but guess what? I can get my rebound and put the ball back in the rim again. So that's really all it is. When you coming from being in the world and going into moving with God, don't overcomplicate things. That's my best advice when it comes to reading the Bible. All that. You don't know where to start in the Bible? Cool. Start in the New Testament, because that's the testament that we're living in right now. We're under the grace disposition. So start in the New Testament and find your way around. Then you get to asking God, what should I read? Then you might hear him say, open Romans. You just stop making it so complicated. Just do it. Like, that's literally what it is.
I think that's the missing link on people's lives, man. Like, just like follow God, bro. Like, like you said, it ain't all peaches and cream though, because a lot of people think that when you start following God, your life is just, hey, I'm riding on the white pony, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it get tough, but you got to stick it out, man. And that honestly be the fun part, because when you going through stuff like trials and tribulations, like I just went through some things with my Achilles, man, tore my Achilles, whatever. And I'm asking God, like, why? Like, what is going on? You get what I'm saying? But I'm remembering what I'm reading on a daily basis. You get what I'm saying? I fasted, and some things now that I look back at, I'm like, God, thank you. You get what I'm saying? I want to publicly tell you thank you, God, because it's a lot of things that I grew from. I had to separate myself from, and it's some things that I, enhanced and came better with God. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I appreciate God so much, man. But before we get out of here, dude, I just want to ask you, what's coming next? Who are some people that you really want to work with? I know you worked with, some big names like Lecrae already and things of that sort. Who are some, some artists coming up?
Man, well, the next things that I got coming up, number one, for real, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you right now. I don't even know, because like I said, I've been focusing on just getting married right now. And I'm still recording. Like, I'm recording like every other day, but I don't think I'm gonna put another album out until next year. I think I'm gonna just keep pushing singles for real. Definitely got some bigger features on the way, for sure. Just putting some stuff in motion. Then, who do I want to work with? I would say, I feel like everybody in the Christian space, as far as Christian rappers, everybody that I wanted to work with in Christian rap, I feel like I worked with them already. Okay. So I think if we go to the gospel world, Kirk Franklin, and I know people got their little feelings about Kirk and all his little dancing and whatever else he be doing, but that's Unc, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Unc. Let Unc do what he doing. You know what I'm saying? He earned the right to groove how he grooving.
Marvin Sapp got a song with R. Kelly, bro.
Come on, G. You know like, we ain't talking about that though. So I feel like Kirk though, I gotta get something with Kirk though, just because, like, for real. I want to do something with the Clark sisters too, because shout out to Auntie Dorinda, she mad cool. Even meeting her, doing an interview with her and everything was great. But like, I need, just off the strength of being from Detroit, like, they never worked with a Christian rapper before, and I've never worked with like a OG, like, Hall of Fame gospel group. So it's like, I got to get something with them. And as far as the secular world, I mean, it just depends, man. It just depends. I ain't gonna say no names, because I feel like when it comes to the secular world, I don't want to just do a song just because they got bigger numbers than me. Like, I want to do something where it's like, oh, you actually understand the vision of what I'm doing, and you want to know more about it, and you actually is on this type of time. You know what I'm saying? So the secular artists that I have worked with, it's been that experience. Like One Up T from Detroit. It's my dog, real good people.
Yeah, shout out to him, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out One Up T. But he another guy that's like, he's secular rap, but we got in the studio together and actually talked. Like, he really he know God. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, this is something that he actually, like, he trying to do better. He trying to work and, get closer to God and stuff like that. People like that I can respect. Yeah. Like, you just probably ain't had God represented to you in a way that you really respect it. Yeah. Or you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely. And then up and coming artists right now, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't really had my ear to the street like that right now, but it's one specific artist, man. I think his name like Glow the Kid or something like that. Bro, he tough. Like, he sound like I don't know if y'all heard the song Giannis by Hurricane Wisdom, but that's a secular artist that's been blowing up. But this dude, Glow the Kid, I think his name is Glow the Kid. If I messed up, y'all forgive me. I'm gonna actually send you his TikTok after this so that we could put it on the screen. This man cold. Like, he got like a melodic sound, and it kind of sounds secular. But he real life, every bar talking about God, and it's cold. Like, I ain't heard Christian rap in a long time that made me stop and make me follow somebody. Cause I don't even be on social media. Yeah. So for me to see him, and then I keep seeing him, and I love his work ethic. Bro, like, constantly posting every day. Every time I get on TikTok, he on there. Like, he doing something. He putting up some type of video, and you can tell he really love God. So I ain't reached out to him or nothing like that, because I'm just been busy, and I don't want to, get nobody hopes up, and DKG said he gon' DKG ain't said nothing. Like, for real, DKG finna get married. But no, shout out to him. No, I hope that's his name, but let's please put his TikTok on the screen, because Brody Cole, he next up for sure.
Make sure you send that to me, man. Yeah. But, I appreciate you, man, again, for stopping by at the lab, man, blessing us with such an amazing talent, man. I pray that you go, from the mountaintop to higher, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you and the wife. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Before we got out of here, just give me one thing that you want to leave the viewers, something that they can use, something that they need to hear. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I say this a lot, but I feel like people need to know that they never too far from God. Like the prodigal son story, so to speak. Like, the prodigal son was never too far from the father. Like, yeah, he ran off and he got up in the pig slop and, was doing all this other BS he had no business doing. But when he was ready to come back to his father was waiting with open arms. Yeah. And matter of fact, his father met him. It didn't say that his father stayed at the palace and said, yeah, I knew his hard-headed self would come back. Like, no, it was my son coming back. Like, let me go meet him with open arms. Yeah, he smelled terrible. He been out here not showering, not whatever, but this is my son. Yeah. And I feel like Jesus told that parable to show us that God feels the same way about us. Like, no matter how bad you've been, Paul was killing Christians. Literally, this is what Paul, when he was Saul, he was killing Christians, but he still wasn't too far from God. Even the thief that was on the cross next to Jesus, at the last second, this man made it into heaven in the fourth quarter. He wasn't too far from God. So I just want people to understand, like, I don't care what y'all doing, what y'all been into, like, what your situation is in relationships or whatever else, whether you in jail, whether you free, it don't matter, bro. Like, if you still got breath in your lungs, that's God trying to give you another opportunity to get things right. Yeah. So.
Oh, man, that's so deep, man. Y'all really, really, really need to pay attention to this. Where can they find you at, man?
Man, everywhere, bro. Just whatever.
You all over the place. TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, everywhere, man.
Yeah, wherever y'all want to find me, bro. Just put in DKGKIE. I will say, though, on TikTok, you got to find my official page, because there's like 10 fake pages on TikTok of me. So I think my page name should just be DKGKIE. But other than that, Instagram is DKG.KIE. Yeah, on TikTok it's the same thing. DKG.KIE. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Just put in DKGKIE. I'm gonna pop right up. Google me at this point. All the stuff.
Google it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can follow me at the Stab Lab Network. On YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. I hope that y'all stay blessed and stay tuned to another episode of the Stab Lab Podcast. Peace.